Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gent Scents. It's time for another This Week in Fragrance. Of course, as always with This Week in Fragrance, I'll be telling you guys about some upcoming fragrance releases that you have to look forward to, including a new Creed Aventus, another Elixir flanker, another one, an Oud flanker, which the Oud thing, man, that was years ago, but sure, an Oud flanker and a new Tom Ford as well. A lot of great stuff to talk about here, a lot of really interesting upcoming releases. I'll have linked in the description where you can find some more information on the fragrances that I'm going to talk to you guys about here today, so feel free to go there after the video and do some reading of your own and maybe see if you can find out a little bit more about these. Before we jump into the fragrances and delve into what we have to look forward to in the upcoming months, let me go ahead once again and give you the codes. So these are codes for Lucky Scent, Max Aroma, Twisted Lily, So Avant-Garde, Triple Traders, and even Beauty the Shop. Yeah, Beauty the Shop. You can save between 10 and 20% using these codes. Don't forget the new code for Max Aroma is GENTS20, which will get you 20% off your order, but it's not for every single thing on the website. So if GENTS20 doesn't work for something that you're shopping for, use the code GENTS10. That will work and that will get you 10% off. But try GENTS20 first. All right. Where do we start here? Let's start with the new Elixir flanker. Let's just go ahead. Let's get that out of the way. Even my laptop doesn't want to talk about more elixirs. It's okay, it'll be fine. As we all know, 2023 is absolutely, at this point, the year of the Elixir. At first, it was kind of cute. It was like, oh, look, that brand's coming out with an Elixir flanker. Oh, and that one is too. Look, everybody's so inspired by Dior Sauvage Elixir that they want their own Elixir. Yeah, like I said, that's cute. And then they kept coming, and they kept coming, and they're still coming. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So we have another one, actually two Elixir ones. It's Gucci Guilty. So we've got Gucci Guilty Elixir de Parfum, Pour Homme, and Pour Femme. We're gonna talk about the fragrance for men here because my channel is watched by like 96, 97% guys. So yeah, hi guys. And like, I guess 3 out of every 100 of you is a woman, or it's just a guy watching on like their girlfriend's account or mom's account or something, their wife's account. So yeah, we got another Elixir. To be fair though, the majority of Elixir flankers that have been coming out have been really good. So I am optimistic. Elixir does not let us down very often. Question is, next year, is it still gonna be Elixir Central or not? Anyway, Gucci Guilty Elixir de Parfum, let's talk about it. And I do kind of enjoy that they named it Elixir de Parfum, like they're tricking anybody out there. Nah, dude, it's just Gucci Guilty Elixir, guys, come on. Elixir de Parfum. Not too much of a write-up here for this one. It just says, well, good pitches come in pairs. Again, referring back to the women's version of this as well. The pair is 2 of them. To accompany the new Elixir of the house, a new men's autumn perfume has also been prepared based on the DNA of the Gucci Guilty that we all fell in love with. This new version presents an amber leather profile, ideal to revitalize an indisputable classic. You hear that? None of you out there can dispute Gucci Guilty is a classic. It says it right there. Within its profile, we find notes of patchouli, vanilla extract, iris oil, hints of nutmeg, and a background of benzoin. And it does have, as it said, an amber leather profile. So I'm assuming that the final note breakdown will have either of those notes or both of those notes in there, or it's possible, I guess, that just the way that benzoin and patchouli are coming across, patchouli, I said that weird. Benzoin and patchouli are coming across gives you a leathery scent profile. But as of right now, the note breakdown is vanilla in the top. Kind of odd for it to be there, usually in the base, but vanilla in the top, iris in the mid, nutmeg, benzoin, patchouli in the base. Now, I'm going to operate under the assumption that that note breakdown is probably gonna be a little bit different when the fragrance actually launches. I could be wrong, but I would assume that there's gonna be like some stuff added or shuffled around or something. Again, I could be completely wrong, just that's my expectation or what I would guess. The bottle is a and almost, I was gonna say lime, but it's not really lime. The bottle is an interesting, almost yellow-green color, like mustard green. Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing when I say it like that, but so I don't know if this is going to have a little bit of that kind of greenery around the edges, which is becoming much more popular nowadays. That's completely just based off the coloration of the bottle, and also the original Gucci Guilty, and to a greater extent Guilty Black did have that kind of clean, soapy vibe where maybe some people would get some aromatic green around the edges to them. So looking at the note breakdown, just taking it at face value, the 5 notes that you can see there, basically it looks like this fragrance is touching on a lot of what's popular right now, which you would kind of expect. The vanilla being right there, obviously in the forefront, with it showing as the top note here. Vanilla fragrances are in right now, you could say, or fragrances that make use of vanilla. That sweet warmth that it has, that's in a bunch of different men's fragrances right now that are very popular. And then of course, iris as well. And then you get the nutmeg in there. It's almost like they're starting to touch on a lot of different things that are popular right now and just put it all together in here. That being said, am I complaining about it? Oh no. Like I said before, these elixirs by and large have been really good, and this could be the type of fragrance that has a lot of people out there changing their tune on the Guilty line, or at least this fragrance in the Guilty line. You know, this could be one where people get this in and they go, oh yeah, this is like a top-notch take on this style of fragrance. Maybe it truly does shake up the original Guilty DNA in a way that people gravitate toward, and it could become a hit. I absolutely am looking forward to this because as time has gone on, I actually find myself liking Guilty and Guilty Black more. I like it more now than when it first came out. So the Elixir, yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure. All right, let's do Aventus next. So this is something that's been rumbling behind the scenes for over a month now. Actually a couple months, I feel like. Just rumors and people talking about the new Aventus, that there's going to be a new Aventus coming out, a more powerful Aventus. And that has ramped up steadily over the past couple of months. And now it's pretty much all but confirmed. Absolu Aventus coming really soon. And I have to tell you guys, before we start talking about the new Aventus, they missed a great opportunity here. Aventus Elixir, it's right there. Everybody's doing it. But no, Absolu Aventus, what? Absolu was like the flanker name that people were using years ago. Yeah, it's like 3-4 years old now, 5 years old. Nobody's doing Absolu anymore. Elixir is the thing now. Aventus Elixir. Come on, guys. What are you doing here? In all seriousness though, Absolu Aventus, that is the name. So more and more has been cropping up about this really just today. It's been posted online more and more places. And I should say actually over the last few days is when it started to ramp up, but today it really started to go everywhere as of when I'm filming this video. So again, there's some websites down below. Feel free to check them out if you wanna read even more into this. First off, we'll talk about the rumored note breakdown and then go into some of what's been written about it. So we have a top of bergamot, blackcurrant, and grapefruit, mid of cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, and citron, and a base of pink pepper, patchouli, and vetiver. Assuming that this does end up being the actual note breakdown, you'll notice a lot of differences there. The ones that are probably going to jump out to most people off the bat is going to be the pineapple off the top, and then the birch in the base. Of course, the birch with Creed Aventus is what most people associate the smokiness with, and then the pineapple is, you know, really the focal point of the opening in the original Aventus. Now, just because pineapple isn't showing up on the rumored note breakdown here doesn't mean that it doesn't have a pineapple scent profile to it off the top. Actually, bergamot, even if there is no pineapple in the official note breakdown, can smell like pineapple. But assuming that this note breakdown holds, it does show a different approach to Aventus. And this is supposed to be a stronger take on Aventus, a more powerful Aventus. So let's go ahead and read a little bit more here. One website, Cosmetiqua, and if I'm mispronouncing it, my bad, but it's again in the description. They say, our sources tell us the composition will be reworked, referencing the original Aventus versus the new version. Aventus Absolu, Absolu Aventus. Gone will be the beloved pineapple note that revolutionized men's fragrances back in the day and inspired countless copies. got that right. Instead, the perfume will feature a deeper and woodier cinnamon note in combination with grapefruit and a dash of ginger. It will be interesting to see how Creed approach their holy grail and modify it without destroying the DNA. Let's hope that Aventus Absolu, which on the bottle apparently says Absolu Aventus, but will be not only an update, but also an upgrade. So obviously this is gonna be more expensive than Aventus, and probably don't need to tell you guys, but Aventus is quite pricey. Again, according to that website, they are saying that the 75 ml all black bottle will cost slightly more per mil than regular Aventus. Their intel puts the price at around 375 euros, and it will cost even more in the US, like all Creeds. That's as excited as I could get about that. Ouch, my wallet. But I am strongly intrigued by this fragrance. I feel like just by the nature of what this is, a stronger, deeper, richer, reworked Aventus, that's going to be more interesting to people than Aventus Cologne was. Aventus Cologne is like, hey, we're taking Aventus, which a lot of you already complain about being weaker nowadays with reformulations and batch variations. We're gonna take that, right? And we're gonna make it fresher and have less pop to it. A lot of people were like, what? Like, this stuff is already too weak for me. It's already super expensive, and you're gonna come out with a fresher version. Yay. But now, the stronger, richer, bolder version, reworked, retooled, yeah, I think that's gonna be more intriguing to more people, and if they pull it off, could be a hype monster, could be just an absolute beast. With niche fragrances, it doesn't happen super often that you have a scent come out that just kind of takes the world by storm. Baccarat Rouge 540, Aventus, Leighton, stuff like that, where they have wearability, versatility built into the scent, but then they also have, at least when they were released, a unique scent profile that speaks to a lot of people. This has that potential if it is done well. It also has the potential to just be completely hated on if they don't pull it off, because it's gonna be pricier than the original, the normal Aventus, and that stuff is already really expensive. Even at discounters, it's not cheap. And you and I both know that when this drops, it's not gonna be cheap for a long time at discounters, if ever. Now, all this said, I do think that they need to do something a little different. So I'm glad that they are. I'm glad that they've switched things up, that they're taking a different approach here as far as the note breakdown goes, and just the little tidbits that we have that have been sprinkled in there. Because I do wonder if they just came out with Aventus, but stronger, if that would really warrant much excitement. People would just be like, well, I mean, it's Aventus, but it lasts a little while longer, it projects a little bit more. I don't want to pay 200 extra dollars for that though. But there we go, Absolu Aventus. I'm looking forward to it, I'm psyched. Like I said, it has been rumbling behind the scenes for at least a couple months now, but looks like things are starting to ramp up. Fingers crossed that it pulls it off, man, because otherwise it's gonna be a big disappointment. Let's talk about Polo Oud from Ralph Lauren. Polo Oud, what? Didn't they do a Supreme Oud, Ralph Lauren? So we got no, so I've got no breakdown for this one as far as the write-up that brands give us, but yeah, Polo Supreme Oud came out in 2015. That was back around when everybody was getting out their oud fragrances. It's kind of like Elixirs now. If you were into fragrances back then, every designer house out there was putting out an oud flanker of one of their lines, and Ralph Lauren had Supreme Oud. That wasn't the only one in the Supreme line, and actually, the Supreme line of fragrances from Ralph Lauren were really good. Like, very good, actually. But let's go over this note breakdown for the new Polo Oud, Eau de Parfum. So as a top of pink pepper and clary sage, a mid of cinnamon, orange flower, and rose, and a base of patchouli, gaiac, vetiver, oud, and incense. Which is pretty similar, but not the same as Supreme Oud. According to Fragrantica, that's cinnamon, pink pepper, oud, gaiac, and vetiver. So a simplified note breakdown, which is like Bizarro World, you know, like back in 2015, the note breakdown had fewer notes, but the new note breakdown has more notes? What? That's not how it works. But the note breakdown is certainly different enough that I would expect that it is a different fragrance and not just a rebottling. And I know that some people out there are gonna say that they're over the oud trend, but to be fair, the oud trend, as far as designers goes anyway, ended a while back. So it's like, I'm over it, man. No more oud. And all the designer houses are like, yeah, we got that memo like 5 years ago. But then Ralph Lauren is just kind of, somebody say oud? I got an idea. Let's do another Polo Oud. I know the last one didn't work, but this one will, trust me. I, for one, do enjoy oud fragrances. I know some people don't. Typically, and when I say typically, I mean like pretty much always, designer ouds are not difficult to wear ouds. They're usually more spicy, warm, you know, easygoing, but slightly dark, woody fragrances. This one has rose in there, which everybody knows rose and oud kind of just go together like peanut butter and jelly, at least if you're in the US. I don't know, Europeans, do you guys eat peanut butter and jelly very much? No? But yeah, this one is getting review bombed already on Fragrantica, which par for the course. Pretty much anything new on Fragrantica, just automatically thumbs down for everything. But I know I've said it twice already, but I'm looking forward to this one too. Let's go, Polo. All right, last one. Myrrh Mystere by Tom Ford. Myrrh Mystere, that's what I almost said. Tom Ford, Myrrh Mystere. And this write-up is perfection, perfection. The auto translator used for this just really captures, I think, what they were trying to say. I'll read it to you. Increasing penetration in emerging amber olfactive space. Leverage myrrh ingredient heritage to fuel rarity and exclusivity, made unique by Mr. Ford's personal interpretation of iconic ingredient. Expand your fragrance range by falling under the spell of mysterious amber. Myrrh, like a testament from antiquity, adds an irresistible charm to this unique Tom Ford fragrance. That wasn't as bad. That first sentence though, or sentences, pretty rough. Myrrh Mystere combines the essence of myrrh, one of the most iconic ingredients used in perfumes since ancient times, with sophisticated ultra vanilla. That's my favorite kind of vanilla. Ultra vanilla. Blah, I'm spitting everywhere. Ultra vanilla, yes. I hate minimal vanilla, that's lame. Mega vanilla is pretty good, but ultra vanilla, that's the best. Amber woody scent that emits a rich and soft aura of light. In addition, it uses a brown bottle with a design that symbolizes the collection. We bring on luxurious atmosphere, such as monument. So that's helpful. So this one has a top of myrrh and also myrrh, but the second myrrh is Myrrh Absolu. Mid of musk, a base of ultra vanilla, and smoky notes. I don't think that was super useful to anybody there, but we do have a new Tom Ford coming out, which I'm sure will actually smell awesome. Most Tom Ford private blends do, although they are a bit on the pricey side. So there we go, guys. New Aventus, new Tom Ford, new Elixir, and new Oud. What a time to be alive. Let me know in the comments, guys, which of these 4 fragrances you are looking forward to the most. I feel like Aventus is gonna win in a landslide, but still gotta ask. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.